Okay, so we will begin with chapter 44, Nutrition. On page 996, read over those key terms. BMR is basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is the energy needed to maintain life-sustaining activities at rest. Resting energy expenditure is your resting metabolic rate, which is the amount of energy a person needs to consume over 24 hours for the body to maintain its internal working activities while at rest. So what if a person ingests too many kilocalories and they aren't using energy to expend the kilocalories? They gain weight. Nutrients are necessary for the normal function of our bodies. Nutrient density is the ratio of nutrients per kilocalorie. Does sugar have an equal ratio of nutrients per kilocalorie? No, it does not. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy in the diet. Each carbohydrate produces 4 kilocalories per gram. Carbohydrates are classified as saccharides. We have monosaccharides, which cannot be broken down. We have disaccharides. Now, monosaccharides and disaccharides are considered simple carbohydrates and are found in sugars. We have polysaccharides, and polysaccharides are starches. Fiber is a polysaccharide. Fiber is not broken down by the human digestive enzymes. There are 2 types of fiber: insoluble and soluble. An example of insoluble is cellulose. An example of soluble is barley, cereal grains, and oats. They dissolve in water. When we're speaking in terms of carbohydrates, the first foods that come to mind are breads, potatoes, and pastas. Proteins provide energy. Proteins, we have amino acids. Amino acids are the simplest form of protein. We have indispensable amino acids and we have dispensable amino acids. Indispensable amino acids need to be in our diet. Dispensable amino acids are synthesized in the body. Albumin and insulin are simple proteins. Now, in terms of protein, when we think about food, we think of fresh, lean meats, eggs, nuts, cheese, and fish. Nitrogen balance is achieved when the intake and output of nitrogen are equal. When intake of nitrogen is greater than output, the body is in positive nitrogen balance. Can you name any examples of times when the body might be in positive nitrogen balance? Well, positive nitrogen balance is important because it's required for growth. It's required for a normal pregnancy. It's required for wound healing. And it's also required to maintain lean muscle mass. Now, when we talk about fats and lipids are the most calorie dense. Fats are composed of triglycerides and fatty acids. Triglycerides circulate in the blood and are composed of 3 fatty acids attached to a glycerol. Now, example of fatty acids are saturated fats and unsaturated fats. Saturated fats are processed meats, pre-packaged snacks, dairy, kernel, or coconut oil. Our unsaturated fats are nuts, plant oils such as canola and vegetable oil, certain fish, olives, and avocados. How much water is our total body weight? How much water do you think our total body weight is? 60 to 70% of our total body weight. What tissue contains the most water? Blood would contain the most water, and then muscle tissue. So would someone suffering from obesity have a higher concentrate of water than an athlete? No, they would not. Vitamins are organic substances that are present in food that are essential to normal metabolism. Now, we have fat-soluble vitamins, which are A, D, E, and K, and they are stored in the fatty compartments of the body. Hypervitaminosis occurs when people are taking too many vitamins or too high of a dose or eating too much fortified food. Now we have water-soluble vitamins, which are vitamin C and B complex, which consist of 8 vitamins. Now, water-soluble vitamins are not stored, so a daily intake must occur. And we can often get these from citrus juice or supplements. Now, there are 4 different mechanisms for nutrients to be absorbed. We have active transport, we have passive diffusion, osmosis, and penocytosis. I do want you to be familiar with penocytosis. Penocytosis is the engulfment of large molecules of nutrients. The cell kind of eats the nutrient, if you will, when it has attached. Now, metabolism is the biochemical reactions within the cells of the body. We have anabolic metabolism and catabolic metabolism. Anabolic metabolism is when lean muscle is added through exercise and diet. Anabolic metabolism is building. Catabolic metabolism is breaking down. An example would be starvation due to the fact of the wasting body tissue. Where are most nutrients stored? Our tissue. What is the major form of energy stored in reserve? Fat. Where is protein stored? Muscle, the muscle mass. Now, glycogen is synthesized from glucose and provides energy during periods of rest, like sleep. Now, there is a term called food security. Food security is when all household members have access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. When we speak about dietary reference intake is the criteria for an acceptable range of amounts of vitamins and nutrients. There are 4 components to DRI, or daily reference intake. We have estimated average requirements, which is the recommended amount of nutrients and vitamins. We have recommended dietary allowance, which is the average needs of the population, not the exact needs for the individual compared to estimated average requirements. Adequate intake is the suggested intake. Upper intake level is the highest level of intake that poses no risk. Now, on page 1001, there's a box of key recommendations. Please read over that because you more than likely will be asked a question of intake or which foods to eat for more protein in your diet, or which foods to eat when you need more carbohydrates in your diet. Okay. Now I am going to end this recording and start a new recording. My phone will not upload a larger a larger voice recording. Okay.